All right, it's time. Stu and Dave do America. And we present Sabrina Carpenter versus Arabic chants.
I heard someone yodel.
Someone what?
Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
I don't like it. That's your culture, is yodeling? Is this Burning Man? What's going on? This is weird.
Uh-oh, she said a culture was bad, Dave. This is the big controversy of the day.
That's not good.
No.
So she didn't do anything except question while people were doing calls to prayer at her during her concert.
Right, yeah. That's all. That's all she did.
Monster.
I mean, maybe she was trying to bring on new pyrotechnics.
That's very true. I mean, what? I got nothing.
By the way, she immediately apologized
Right.
for this.
Which she shouldn't.
No!
Wasn't she on Disney?
I think she was.
Okay, that's where I remember her from.
And that's what you should be apologizing for. Whatever you did there was awful.
I had to look it up. I have no idea who she is.
I know.
All I know is if people are screaming and yodeling at you while you're on stage, it's going to throw you off. And you're probably going to say something.
Yes.
Yeah, she's like, oh, that's what you're into, yodeling? And like, it's a prayer?
I think
chant?
it's just an Arabic culture thing. I don't think it has anything to do with religion. I mean, we're going to get into some religious stuff here, and I hope nicely.
I will be
here in
tame.
just a moment. You will be tame.
I will be tame.
Let's test this theory and live on the edge a little bit as we do Trump's AI post. Welcome to Stu and Dave Do America. By the way, BlazeTV.com. The code is Stu and Dave 45 for just a couple more days. So if you want to save $45 on your subscription, go there. You can comment about what you see on the show as well, and we get to the comments at the end. And there may be a couple of comments on this particular segment as we're talking about the post.
Hold on. Ahoy.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. Dave's here.
I want to give you an ahoy.
Wait, why is it an ahoy? I thought it was a...
It's we meet again.
Yeah.
I'm doing both.
You're doing both.
I want to see what they like more.
Well, but you have been doing the other one for a long time. The new one's just like...
People are like, what happened to ahoy? I want an ahoy.
You want an ahoy.
I want to give the people what they want.
That's what I want as well.
Yes.
So if you need to say ahoy at the beginning of every show, I'm fine with that.
Ahoy.
Okay, good. Ahoy to all of you. And ahoy to Donald Trump, who was on social media, which is always works out well.
Good, I'm glad.
As you've known.
It never goes sideways.
I think that's a good thing that our presidents have just decided now they're going to be on social media most of the time that they're leading the country.
Agreed. I don't think that should be immediately taken away from them.
No.
I certainly don't think they should start their own platform.
No, you don't think that's the correct path. Now, look, to be fair to Donald Trump, he was getting censored on all the other ones. There was nowhere he could post.
I will say that is true.
Yeah.
I forgot about the whole we banned our own president from every single platform. That is a real problem.
That's a bigger problem.
That should be the first thing addressed of you can't do that.
Yes, I think quite clearly that was addressed in what was called the First Amendment, basically. But that's where we are, frankly. Trump did get some backlash over an AI image of himself as Jesus. Now, some would say this is suboptimal. Some would say maybe not the right thing to do. Maybe this is something you should avoid if you haven't seen the image yet. I don't know if you've seen it, Dave.
Well, no, I haven't.
Okay.
I have, but I'm going to pretend I...
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. That's what people like. People like when you pretend.
I just want to pretend. This is a touchy subject for a lot of people.
It is. I talked to Dave before the show. I'm like, look, we're going to do a show with Jesus mentioned several times. Are we going to have a show tomorrow?
Right.
And you said yes. You said you were actually a fan of Jesus.
I am a fan of Jesus.
There you go.
I also find it interesting they have AI Jesus.
Yes.
They have AI Buddha, but no AI Muhammad because it's not necessary because ChatGPT already tells people to kill themselves.
So the answer is no, we will not have a show tomorrow. Was basically
Correct.
what you're saying. Okay,
that's my response. That was a pro Jesus, pro Buddha.
It was pro Buddha. That's true. And they do have that, by the way.
But it won't draw Muhammad. It'll tell you that it can't do it. because people will get killed.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Which is fine, I guess.
By the way, it does seem to be true. Every time someone does it, they typically wind up dead.
Yes, even Islam or even robots and apps are afraid of Islam.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. But this is apparently no one's afraid of Christians. That Christians never seem to do anything when these things occur. Although I will say, interesting pushback on Donald Trump for this image. He is like, no, that's a definite post. Look at this image and be like, should you post this or not, Mr. President? Oh, yeah, click. I mean, that's up there right away. He's healing somebody.
It looks like Eric Roberts.
Yeah, it does look like Eric Roberts a little bit.
He's trying to get his thumb back because the bookies took it.
I honestly didn't know that Eric Roberts had these problems.
Oh, this was the Pope of Greenwich Village.
Okay.
They took my thumb, Charlie.
God, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, it is. No one else got that reference.
I'm sure I will say this is going to be a problem on the show because I've had a lot of fun doing this show with you so far, Dave. This has been great.
Yes.
I will say my mob movie knowledge for deep references is gonna be a problem because what I need to do is spend like multiple weeks rewatching every mob movie because I can tell you've already made it's aid jokes and mob movie references. They're battling right now.
They are
at the top of the charts, and I just don't have the deep enough knowledge.
Hope of Greenwich Village is a good one. It's when Mickey Rourke still had a face. It's pretty good.
Was Mickey Rourke in that?
Mickey Rourke is in that, yeah. Back when
How
he was
old is he?
Oh, he's up there.
Yeah, he's got to be 80.
Yeah, he's bankrupt.
Yeah.
I guess. And he came out though, which was cool. He's like, I don't want money. It's my fault. I'm gonna figure it out.
I love that.
I know. I like Mickey Rourke.
I do too. But he had multiple. I guess he had very young at this point, and then he had the like. I feel like it was late 80s, early 90s, like Cinemax level, like seductive thrillers like he was in for a while.
He did. It started with Angel Heart with De Niro's in that too, which is an odd one.
So that's, De Niro's more higher quality than the stuff I remember.
Oh, yeah. Well, he became a boxer.
A boxer?
That's what happened with Mickey Rourke.
And then he had like the comeback, was it The Wrestler?
The Wrestler.
Which was really critically acclaimed.
It's a great movie. Really great movie.
I never saw it.
Oh, it's really good. But his face is all destroyed, and he's able to play a wrestler because he wasn't good at boxing. It turns out he's a much better actor.
Wow.
He was a boxer.
But he actually was a pretty good actor.
He was a good actor.
But wasn't there am I remembering this right? Wasn't there a period where he was kind of seen as like, kind of roll your eyes. He's not.
Yeah, still.
Still?
Because he was such a problem on sets. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, ego and yeah.
I don't know how we got to there.
I was just trying to get off that topic. But you're right. It's not a good look. But you know what else? I didn't think this was a good look. I'm going to be honest and just say it. It's this picture when Trump was shot. And I first saw that come out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, we shouldn't do this either.
No.
It's just, I just feel that we maybe don't mess around with the Jesus Trump political. I don't believe that Jesus is big into American politics per se.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he cares. He cares about
sure
everything.
He cares about what people think. Yeah.
Yes, but there's a commandment. There's a list of 10.
Correct.
Right.
I've heard of them.
The first one, really early on in the list,
broken all but one or two.
You have 2 that you haven't broken?
Yeah.
Wow, incredible. Let me see. Murder.
And adultery.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Otherwise, I'm 8 out of 10. When I go to hell,
I think the over would have been 9.5. So I'm glad you took the under.
Well, the murder was an accident,
right? Yeah. Well, yeah.
I feel there's loopholes.
Manslaughter is not murder.
No, exactly. That's according to the jury.
Now, there's another commandment about not bearing false witness. So if someone were to ask you a question, you're just supposed to tell the truth about it. Now, did you tell the truth about 8 commandments, or is it really higher?
No, I did tell the truth just then.
Okay, good.
But I've broken that commandment many times.
Many times.
On the way here, talking to my wife, I broke that commandment.
Tell me if you think this is breaking the commandment. This is Donald Trump being asked about, did he post a picture of himself depicted as Jesus?
Did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor, and it had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So I had I just heard about it. And I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better. And I do make people better. I make people a lot better.
Now, is it... So
can we just look at the picture and explain how he's not a doctor? Can you pull?
Yes,
I'm sorry. Please pull that.
Please pull it up.
Here's the issue. Doctors tend to not have hands that have light orbs in them.
Typically,
I believe there's 4 horsemen of the apocalypse above his head.
it is true. I kind of think because my guess is this is his out, right? There's a medical worker there, right? So he's like, oh, I thought I was a doctor. Now, is it possible?
You wouldn't be concerned if your doctor was dressed like it was the year 3?
I will say, Donald Trump doesn't strike me as Mr. Modern Medicine. Like he does. I think it's kind of a throwback when it comes to that stuff. No, you're right. I will say it's, my belief is he realized afterward, because he's not a particularly sensitive religious guy. This is Mr. If you remember, 2 Corinthians was his quote back in the first campaign. Oh, yeah, I was reading 2 Corinthians. Like, no, it's not Corinthians 2, the sequel. That's not the way that works. But, he's not a guy who
Back
I would
in
say.
the habits.
Right?
Sorry.
It's a great Sister Act joke.
Yeah, great.
See, I won't get any of your mob references, but Sister Act 2, I'm going to get all of them.
I think we're going to get along gangbusters.
Great. There is Donald Trump, look, has done, I think, a lot of great things for religious conservatives. I mean, he's defended religious liberty, I would say, pretty consistently.
Oh, of course.
Obviously, the Roe versus Wade thing, your mileage may vary on how you feel about that, but like as a person who's pro-life, I was very happy about that. I think it's pretty consistent with the conservative Christian view of that issue, even though quite clearly, I don't think that's Donald Trump's view on pro-life issues. Like, he might be pro-life now. I think there's some evidence that he did have a conversion at one point, but it's not like in his core like secure the border is, or we don't like Iran so much is. I think that those things are beliefs he's had for a really long time.
No, I don't think pro-life is a stance he's always had. No, legitimately,
it's not in it. It's not in him. They say, like, you talk to someone who, can you speak Spanish? Yeah, sure, and they kind of blurt it out, and like you can tell it's not their first language. That's how I feel with Trump on a lot of conservative issues.
Yes,
he's there, I think, now on a lot of them, but it's not like to his core. This isn't stuff that he's sat around going back and forth and thinking about and reading deeply on. It's sort of a vibes thing.
Oh, it is. He wants to speak to his fan base. So
Yes.
he's saying, this is what I care about, even though he may not care about that at all.
Right.
But I do think he cares enough about freedom of religion, at least the ones that don't, want to kill everyone in the nation. But I think he is freedom of speech. I think now he sees a value in pro-choice. But it's all. But yeah, do I believe that that's no? I don't. It's like him saying I love health food.
Right. Yeah, he's going to make America healthy again, says the guy who has McDonald's delivered to him on the daily.
Right, and I get it that he gets it in different places because he doesn't want food poisoning or somebody local to mess with his food. It's very, you get it and you know what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's
we all understand this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been
poison anyway, but it's the better kind.
The slow-acting one. That's what we want. We want the slow-acting poison, not the longer lasting.
Yes.
Or the quick lasting ones. I do think that there is this is not day one with Donald Trump, right? Like, he came down the escalator in 2015. Okay, we've been dealing with this for a while. Like, I think he probably posted this thinking it was funny and not thinking that it would be something that would offend people all that deeply, but it seemingly did. And Trump reacts. Trump will fight and hold the line on so many things when the media calls him out. When his supporters say, hey, you went down the wrong road here, a lot of times he will reverse himself. And he did here. He deleted this Truth Social image depicting him as Jesus. And he did say that it was him as a doctor, which you wouldn't really need to delete.
Well, that and then the fake news thing. I wish he would. I don't think people should apologize when something's an accident in that sense.
Yeah.
But if he does say to his fan base, I didn't realize it, I think that's okay. I don't think he has to add it's fake news and I was trying to be a doctor. That's my issue with Trump. It's like you already said the thing you needed to say.
Right.
Stop adding all these things that just makes it worse.
There's no reason.
And it's fine. I think it's an honest mistake. To get mad about this is honestly the least of the things that we need to worry about right now.
I'm worried. I am, I'm a Christian. I'm theoretically could be offended by this, but I'm not. I whatever.
I was raised Catholic. I'm offended by nothing.
Right. How can I feel like in this world, like if you get somebody who's generally speaking helpful and doesn't want to wipe your community off the face of the planet like the other party seems to want to do, I'm kind of, I got a long leash for people like that.
Right. And an AI made this. So who knows what prompts he put in? But I mean, like I said, there's flags and there's it's just people that.
What is the prompt? Could you write the prompt? How would you, if you were going to generate this image, Dave? How would you write the prompt?
I mean, you would have to say Donald Trump as Jesus healing Eric Roberts in front of the Statue of Liberty. There's 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Give me a fighter jet. I need an American flag. Elliot Page is off to the left. Santa in a MAGA hat. There's so many things that you would have to put in here. I mean, the only part where I believe he thought he was a doctor is there is a nurse.
Yes, there is a nurse.
Who is right. Is left.
If you want the lightest defense possible of him not knowing, though, like, there's no reason for him to put the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse in it, right? Like, I guess you could argue maybe that's, just you got a biblical vibe, but that wouldn't be the thing necessarily that you would want in a picture praising you.
No, you don't. If you're healing somebody, you don't want it to be simultaneously at the end of the world.
Right.
So it would take a lot. I feel like he didn't do it. I feel like somebody else did. He posted it, and now he's got to answer for it.
There's no way he's on ChatGPT. Generate image of Elliot Page next to me. That's not a thing that happens.
I don't know how to use that stuff. I know he doesn't.
Now, can we skip forward a little bit, because we're running late, to the Gavin Newsom stuff, guys? I've got the Newsom-Trump Photoshop coming up here in a second, because Gavin Newsom is, in a way, sort of like AI, in that, like, you want... If you put into a prompt of AI, like, give me the cringiest take on an issue possible, Gavin Newsom is likely to, he's like Gavin GPT, right? Yes. Like, he will generate the most cringy thing possible about any given issue. This is what he did, by the way. His response was to generate an AI image of his own with Donald Trump still touching, but he's the Grim Reaper now. And he's touching a person, I guess, and killing him. And then for no reason at all, Jeffrey Epstein's over his shoulder.
Well, now I feel like he is a doctor during COVID.
Right.
Who do we blame on that?
Right.
Why do that? I mean, I know why he does that, because that's...
Does it work, though?
No.
I don't think it's he's so bad at it. Newsom's so bad at it that I don't think it works. Like, there's room for people who might take a Trump approach, but do it from the left, right? Like, you can see that being effective. People like when people do that sort of stuff on your side, right? I think Eric Swalwell, to bring him up again, I think he's one mention a show at least. That's a guarantee here on the Stu and Dave Do America program.
Yes.
Swalwell tried to do that. Like, he was the tough guy. He'd go on the air and he'd say all the things that Donald Trump would say about the left. He'd go on and say them about the right. When Donald Trump was almost killed on stage, he said, I also can't believe a Republican would do this. Like, he basically made a joke and tried to, like, come up with a snappy comeback to the fact that the president of the United States was still bleeding at the time he posted this, if I remember correctly. I don't think that's a good way to go. You can see why someone would think it might be. It seems like Gavin Newsom thinks it's some hack to the election. If he's outlandish enough and cringy enough, then people will vote for him.
Well, what I don't get is if your problem with Trump is him being too blunt and not being the standard political or the standard presidential person, you then emulate him so you can get ahead with your fan base. So then it's just blatant hypocrisy.
Yes.
And that to me makes absolutely zero sense. And like with Swalwell, it's the same thing where he says stuff he couldn't possibly mean. Like, I just watched a video of somebody asking about voter ID. And he said, well, we can't allow birth certificates because women get married and there'd be absolutely no way to prove that that was their real last name. And then he just walks away. It's like, you mean like a marriage certificate?
You mean the basic things that women do all the time in our society? Like every time they fill out you get a loan. What else are you doing?
Right.
You have to prove who you are.
Right. You're just talking.
Right.
It's meaningless to me, and that's the problem with Gavin Newsom is he's doing the exact same thing but doing it worse. And
right.
For some reason, he's being rewarded for it.
It's him doing an impression of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Right. It's totally inauthentic. It is super cringy, and that's who Gavin Newsom is. And you mentioned he's a hypocrite, which of course is true as well.
Yeah, they all are in politics, if
Yes.
we're being honest. But his is
Newsom
just his is worse than about anybody. Well, Kristi Noem's husband, and then Swalwell, and then we'll put Newsom number 3.
He's in that group for sure.
Oh, for sure.
He posted that AI image saying, showing President Trump as the Grim Reaper. He also, though, not way back, I don't know how old you were back in 2024, but it's a long time. 13. Okay, so it was a long time ago.
That's what I said I was on the internet.
Gavin Newsom signed a bill in California to ban AI images of politicians. This is who this guy is. Now, to be fair, he didn't break the law because 2 weeks after he signed the bill, a judge blocked the California deepfakes law because it's a blatant violation of the First Amendment. But he was saying it's so important that people can't do this to politicians. And then he's doing it over and over again to Donald Trump. And by the way, if that law was still in place, this image would also be banned, which is, of course, Gavin Newsom.
That's not an AI, though.
No, it looks like he really is an American psycho. And I
thought that was him.
It looks like him.
You can't picture him just talking about the deep cuts of Huey Lewis in the news while he just takes somebody out of his apartments.
It is totally him. It's exactly who he would be.
I hate him.
I can't stand Gavin Newsom. So I don't know, maybe we've already got Eric Swalwell out of office. We need a new California distraction. Maybe Gavin can be next.
Gavin would be great to get out. I'll put Swalwell in to take Gavin out.
California thought about that, and then they said no.
That's
they're gonna go in some other direction. But I will say, you're right. Swalwell is so not a threat that while he was very irritating and douchey, I could deal with it. Newsom, I mean, people see he's the favorite right now in the Democratic Party to be the presidential nominee. And then you're at a 50-50 situation, depending on what's going on at the time, really. That's where the country is.
Yeah, Swalwell seems to be like, remember when you were at those parties when you were in high school and there was like a 38-year-old guy there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's Swalwell to me.
Yes.
He's got that vibe.
By the way, he got that vibe to his interns as well, which is the problem.
Right. Where Gavin Newsom, I feel like I just feel like he's actually a completely evil human being.
Yeah.
Is the difference.
I would not be surprised at all that he has multiple people carved up in his basement.
Oh, I guarantee
would not
it.
be surprised. I would not be surprised. I don't know it for a fact.
I bet on his back he has notches carved of how many he's killed.
Again, that's it's a bet.
You don't think he would just stab? Like that's where I think all the homeless people went when the visitor from China came.
Yeah.
I think he just went and stabbed them all.
And then
Do you know what a loser you are? And just went around stabbing
and then moved them all to Malibu and lit their corpses on fire.
Yes,
That's why that happened.
I think it was. He's like, put them in a bunch of... figure out what celebrities aren't home right now. Stuff their houses with homeless bodies and let it burn. And now I'm going to put in low-income housing in Malibu.
It might be a new Gavin Newsom ad, frankly.
I don't even know if that's real, but I keep hearing that too. Like he was talking about the low-income housing in Malibu.
Yeah.
You don't get Malibu. You earn Malibu. I'm sorry. That's absurd.
No, it's true. I mean, each one of them would be $6 million, right, for like a 118 square foot apartment.
Yes. How mad would you be? Oh my God, I can't. I would be so pissed.
I think we got through that. I don't think. I think we might have a show tomorrow.
We might. I don't think. You look. I'm not here to. I'm here to insult Gavin Newsom.
Right. Not Jesus.
No.
This is good.
I'd vote for Jesus.
He'd be great. Yeah. He is great.
I would love to see
say that about him all the time.
I'd love to see him just debate with Gavin Newsom. And then just start bringing up all his skeletons. He's like, Gavin, do you want me to talk about? And he's like, okay, I quit.
You don't want to get in a debate with Jesus. Just drop out of the race.
He knows his stuff.
All right. Well, let's not push our luck. We made it through this segment. We think the show's still on the air. If not, sorry about that. We have more. In fact, we have more with another person who basically thinks he's Jesus, Justin Trudeau. We'll do that next. All right, Animal Farm. You know the book. It's one of those stories that people think that they understand, and then they actually revisit it, and maybe later on in life kind of get a different understanding on it. Because on the surface, it's a simple story. Animals take over a farm. Things start off great, and then something changes. And if you've read it before, you know exactly where it goes. Seeing it play out on the screen hits a little differently, and there's a new animated version of this. It brings George Orwell's Animal Farm to life in a way that pulls you in and quickly turns you into a person hosting a conversation, because it really is a conversation starter, especially if you're watching it with your kids. They're going to ask some questions, and honestly, those are good questions to be asking. People are like, oh, well, I don't like the questions they're asking after that. Well, first of all, you have to have uncomfortable conversations with your kids sometimes.
Well, and I think if some people, I don't know, say that perhaps the character has been changed to be what is it?
Capitalism? Yeah, there's some ridiculous.
Yeah, where people I felt got a little too upset, not understanding how sponsors work. But
Dave,
part of that is if you look at that and you feel it's like that, talk to your kid about why you feel differently. It's important to have these conversations.
Yeah, 100%. And it's hard enough to talk to your kids. Your kid is 11?
11, just 11, yep.
You get to that age where they start not necessarily wanting to open up. They don't want to have those, deeper conversations with dad and mom anymore. They don't, they're less honest about the questions that they have. A lot of times this is a great way to start a conversation like that, a movie. Animal Farm is worth your time. Check it out. And this is from Angel Studios, by the way. Angel's done great work. They're like the only people. They took Christian movies that, back in the day, Christian movies were all terrible.
Yes.
Angel stepped in and was like, hey, what if we made good movies with these messages?
It was pretty exciting.
Yeah, it was kind of exciting. They've done great work for a really long time. Check them out. It's Animal Farm. It's May 1st in theaters everywhere. Big stars in this movie. Tickets are available now. Angel.com/Animal Farm. It's recommended for ages 11 and up. It's angel.com/Animal Farm.
Oh, it's not out yet and people have diehard opinions on what happened?
Shocking.
That's interesting.
If you would, head over to blazetv.com and use the code StewandDave45. Why? Because we want you to save $45. We're fighting against inflation. Okay? Your gas prices are going up. You could save $45 on the Stew and Dave 45 code at BlazeTV. This is like the arguments my wife makes when she saves money with discount codes that actually wind up costing us a lot of money. But
is she a couponer?
She actually is.
Okay.
An impressive one. She will more of the online variety though. She'll search high and low to save $8 on a table.
It works for some people though.
Yeah,
people will save thousands and thousands of dollars.
Mm-hmm. Before her friends before they buy things will just text her and say, "Hey, what can you find a coupon for this?" And she will go search and do what she does. And it'll be like 3 days of work, and then she'll come back and she's saved $9.42 on the table. You're just like, wow, that was incredible.
That was good. Was that worth it?
I'm not sure it was worth your time, but it is worth your time. Stew and Dave 45. You get the entire network, not just our show, and I think you'll like it. By the way, as well, I have a new show coming out next week. It's called Predictable with Stu. It's about prediction markets and the elections and all those things. If you like that kind of nerdy content, you will like this show. PredictableShow.com is where you can go. It's the Substack. You can get a bunch. It's all free there. You can get a bunch of articles about prediction markets and elections and all those things. So make sure to check that out. And Dave's on the road, of course, as well.
Yes, you can see me this weekend, April 17th and 18th in Lawrence, Kansas at the Comedy Club. You can see me May 1 and 2 in Boca Raton, Florida at the Soul Theater. May 9th in Pottstown, Pennsylvania at Soul Joe's. Just let your soul, Joe, let it shine through. And May 15, 16, Greenwood, Indiana at the Mad Hatter Events Center. That's going to be with Derek Richards and Michael Loftus. DaveLandau.com for tickets.
Yeah, make sure to go get them. If that smile didn't convince you, I don't know what would.
This one?
Yeah, that exact one. There it is. For those on podcast, it's beautiful.
Yes.
It's absolutely beautiful.
That's what they say.
Now, have you ever done Coachella? Did they cancel your set?
They did cancel my set. I did go for the $500 chicken nuggets and caviar.
Oh, really?
Not joking. That's an item they have.
You're joking that you went for it, but
I would not go to Coachella. I've been to plenty of music festivals. That's not one I would attend.
Me neither. Yeah. I will say it's a weird thing because if you say Coachella to me, I think of this like really super liberal like place, but it's super capitalist too, like to an almost offensive status.
Well, that's how they all are.
Yeah.
It's like Woodstock 99.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we care about peace and love. Also, we're doing this out in the hot sun and water is $20 each because you're on ecstasy.
Right.
They don't care.
Hi, capitalism always wins in the end. It always does. Justin Trudeau was at Coachella. She was there.
Fair enough. We can call him a she.
She was there with a beard Katy Perry, who who they posed for this wonderful photo in the New York Post. And one of the things the Post noticed was, first of all, the backwards hat. He's just infuriating. He's infuriating as a figure.
Yeah, who does he think he is? Dan Cortez?
Yeah.
Take that reference.
That's a reference I get.
Yeah.
I get the Dan Cortez.
But he's
reference.
no Dan Cortez.
He's not. He wants to be, though. He looks like he wants to be Dan Cortez in that photo. What was it?
MTV?
Like Road Rules or?
No, he was a VJ.
He was a VJ.
He was a VJ.
No, wasn't he MTV Sports? I feel like he was MTV
Maybe he was
Sports. I don't know. It was one of those things. Anyway, he does look like Dan Cortez there, if you know who that is. And Katy Perry, again, Katy Perry, not the least attractive woman in the world. She's known very well. She looks great. But what people are commenting on here is the fact that they're holding red Solo cups, which is not notable at all because human beings in a circumstance like this would have red Solo cups. You're at a music festival. No?
Not if you can afford to bring your own that doesn't kill a bunch of seagulls.
Right. Because this is the thing. Justin Trudeau, when in office, banned single-use plastic products. So no one in Canada is allowed to use them. But when Justin's thirsty, it's okay. Just like when Justin wants to use blackface, that's okay.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. It's fine to use it more than anyone in the history of blackface, by the way.
Yes.
I'm surprised he's not wearing blackface in this picture at the festival, wearing a backwards hat, drinking out of a Solo cup.
They'd come up with a way to justify
I
it.
can't believe he gets to bang Carrie Petty.
Wait, Carrie Petty?
What did I say? Katy Perry.
Carrie Petty might be beautiful.
Carrie Petty, I don't know her personally.
She might be great. Katy Perry.
I was so pissed I said his name fast.
Yeah, right.
Even though she seems awful. I'm sure she's terrible.
My wife can't stand her. My wife was a DJ. She went, major markets around the country, did lots of celebrity interviews, and would always come back and be like, "Oh my God, they were so nice. Oh, they were the greatest person. They were so nice. Lady Gaga, she's this huge star, and I loved her. She was so nice." Katy Perry, the only person she came back and was like, she was the worst. Like I heard about it for months after this interview. Because she was in that. It was in that Russell Brand era.
Yeah, well, he's whatever. I know a lot of people are fans of him.
All of a sudden,
whatever.
Now but I'm not a fan. But
no.
A
lot of people get a lot of sexual accusations, immediately get baptized by Bear Grylls, and then sell crosses.
That's 100% the path for most.
Yeah. No, and I met him. I did a tour with him.
Yeah.
With,
and weren't a fan there? You didn't?
No.
No. Wow, interesting. And you have firsthand knowledge of this.
Yeah, or the 3 girls with him, because that seems so separate from his ideals a bit. Sorry if I'm speaking. It was for the... it was for RFK. We were doing an RFK tour, and he didn't talk to anybody, including me, Rob Schneider, Jeff Dye. We can all attest to the fact that he was kept separate from us like he was a god.
And I assume like RFK must have been really upset of all the women, like because he would be standing up against that type of behavior, right?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, as far as
I was texting Olivia Nuzzi.
All the Kennedys feel that adultery is wrong.
It's wrong. This is a very standard Kennedy position. Okay. What I'm learning about this show, Dave, number one, we don't get to any of the things that we prep.
Correct.
There was only 3 stories in this entire segment. We got to 1 of them. So that is how this is going to operate. We only need to prep like 4 stories a day. That is apparently what we need to do. We have something important I want to get to here in just a moment. And also, I want to talk to you about the new Malcolm in the Middle. Are you seeing that they're doing a...
Yes, we're doing it now, or are we waiting until after the break?
Let's go to the break. We'll come back on the other side. Malcolm in the Middle, a little comeback, a little reboot situation.
If you're not familiar, it's Bryan Cranston's first show that I'm sure he was terrified he'd be remembered for before Breaking Bad.
Yes, would not be thought of in the same way if it was only Malcolm. Although it had its moments.
It did.
It did. And he was also in Seinfeld before that. Tim Watley, right?
The doctor, the dentist who became Jewish for the jokes.
Right. And he was an anti-dentite.
Anti-dentite.
That's great. Okay. Malcolm in the Middle coming up next. The year 2026. Why would we be doing a story about Malcolm in the Middle? It's a great question. And even if they did a reboot, of Malcolm in the Middle, would we be doing a story about it? Probably not. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of the show. I really love Bryan Cranston.
Me too.
He's awesome as like everything he's in. He's great, but like not like a show that I was super into back in the day. The reason why we're talking about this is probably the reason they did this, frankly. Malcolm in the Middle is now rebooting with a non-binary character. And it just seems so formulaic to get attention, and here we are biting.
It does, and it's on Disney LGBTQ+, for anybody who wants to watch it. But yeah, they're bringing back, they have not the one kid, he went off to Harvard, the young kid, I guess. He went off to college, very intelligent young man.
Okay.
But Frankie Muniz, they have Lois, the wife, back, who looks a little older.
Yes, this happens.
Than Cranston. Cranston's back, but there is now a non-binary child, which if you know what that means, that's good. I haven't figured it out yet. No. But we do have a little clip of the show.
Now we're back with Malcolm in the Middle.
Uh-oh, somebody got a D on their report card. Malcolm, get down here, young man.
It's ma'am. You don't misgender me. It's ma'am. You call me ma'am. It's ma'am.
Hope this doesn't even last a season.
On next week's episode, Malcolm shoots up his school.
I think they misspelled Malcolm.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't know. That was clearly Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
So he's just a good character actor. But yeah, that's just kind of what you're going to get from it. I guess it's a little bit of a different feel.
Why though? Why do this? Why can't they they can't resist? They have.
I guess
to
it's
do
when
this.
you get the hormones, they just get the gun and they go and shoot.
No,
it.
I mean, no.
I'm sorry. You mean the show?
Why put a non-binary character in the show, Dave? Is what I was.
Well,
trying to say.
see, it has to be relatable to no one.
It really does, except unless you're in Hollywood.
Who's watching an all-white family and being like, you know what this needs for me to watch it?
Right.
No one cares.
No one cares.
And they're not going to put it on any black sitcom because they'd all be like, you're what? Get out my house.
Yeah, right?
There's no binary remake of Fresh Prince.
It's only virtue signaling to whitey. That's all Hollywood does. They don't even attempt it. They would certainly not do it to if they were putting it on to try to attract an Arab audience. If this was airing on Dearborn TV, there's no non-binary characters on any of those shows.
Oh yeah, it would just be him being killed by his father. Be one episode.
Which is consistent with, the dad was, if I remember right, always yelling at the kids.
He was.
And then if you kind of factor in his Breaking Bad character, it actually would kind of work where he just murdered the whole family.
I would like to see like a Malcolm in the Middle, though, like Islam version, where they just, they kill the non-binary kid and the dad has sex with the goat before they eat it for dinner.
I spoke too soon. We're not going to have a show tomorrow, are we? All right, back
I'm just saying what it would be.
So selling a house sounds simple until you're actually in the middle of that process, because on paper, sure, you get the listing, you get the showing, you got the negotiating, you got the closing. Sure, that's easy. But in reality, it's dozens of small decisions that can cost you time, can cost you money. And if you get them wrong, it's a disaster. Pricing it can be just a little part of it, honestly. If you price your house wrong, you hate that. It's like everyone's like, oh, I did great. I got 37 offers. That means you priced your house wrong.
Yes.
Right? It's like if oh gosh, Taylor Swift's coming to town. How about $12 for tickets? You've priced the tickets wrong.
Correct.
Right. Dave Landau in Kansas, for example. Oh gosh, those tickets are only $35. What a bargain.
Yep.
They're on, and you're going to go on these other sites. It's going to be $500. You priced them wrong.
Yeah, that's the 500's wrong. Don't buy
that. Don't buy that. Glenn, our own Glenn Beck, of course, here at the Blaze, he started real estate.
Never heard of him.
You never heard of him? Oh, he's a great guy. You'll love him. You'll love him. And he started a real estate agents I trust company to get you real estate agents that you trust.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's actually very cool. It's a great service, and it helps you solve a real problem, because if you get a crappy real estate agent, you wind up, it's like a crappy spinoff of a beloved sitcom. It doesn't work out well. Realestateagentsitrust.com connects you with agents who have already been vetted. They have the results. They have the experience that you need, so you're not guessing your way through one of the biggest financial decisions you will ever make. and you're not learning lessons the hard way. Go to realestateagentsitrust.com, realestateagentsitrust.com. It's a free service to you. Check it out, realestateagentsitrust.com. Wild boars are running. They're being chased by robots. A little slow, though. I don't think... This can't be real. I can't tell with AI if this is this an AI video or is this real, Dave?
I think it's real.
There's a robot running on 2 legs, running after wild boars who get away. And I think at the end he flipped off the boars. I think that's how that video ended.
I think it is. I'm sorry. My aunt won't stop calling me, and I have to text her to stop. I apologize to do this during the show.
No, it's great.
Everybody have an aunt you love very much, but is nutty. She doesn't understand that when you call somebody 16 times in a row, it's because they're doing something. And I love her with all my heart.
Well, or you're dead. Because if you call someone 16 times and they don't answer, you also could be dead. You could have taken a caffeine pill that turned into some,
That's very true.
Murderous drug.
Could we see the boars again? I'm sorry. I just have to tell her because she's going to freak out and think I'm dead. Okay. And I don't normally do this live, but I had to.
Dave has been run down by a horde of wild boars.
This is real, supposedly.
This is real. And again, if you're seeing this video, again, the same thing's happening that happened before Dave's aunt called. There's a robot.
She's being chased by a robot, she told me.
The professionalism is off the
This is the beginning of them killing us all. You know that, right?
This is it.
Yeah, it's chasing down animals to kill animals. It doesn't need to eat. It's just doing it because the programming's off, right?
Well, I don't think anyone thought they were going to eat the boars, Dave.
But how do you know?
Built into the analysis of that.
That's totally the Will Smith movie, I, Robot.
Right.
Except it doesn't star the gay guy.
Who's the gay guy in I, Robot?
Will Smith.
Oh.
Not that he is.
There's alleged,
alleged,
right?
Alleged. But
he put up with a lot in that relationship for someone, like the ladies.
Handsome woman.
Yeah,
married to.
There you go.
Handsome woman.
Very much true. So
a lot of alopecia.
What happened with Aunt Linda? Is she okay?
My uncle's got a thing going on, and my aunt decided not to tell. My other aunt decided not to tell her because she overreacts, and then she accidentally got added to a text this morning, and today's gonna be a day. My uncle will be fine, though.
Your uncle will be fine. Will your aunt be fine?
I don't know. She's one of those people you can't really explain anything to. Look, my uncle, I love him. He's 80 and he's drank most of his life.
Right.
He's had a good run, but eventually,
maybe the liver's not necessarily.
Liver's the brain's going a bit, and he's a good man. I love him to death, but he's had a good life.
Right.
It just when he parked in his shrubs the other day, we got to start. And he wasn't drinking. Be clear, but we had to bring him in, and he's doing all right now, which I'm happy about.
Driving gets harder as you get older.
It does.
So, we wish the best for all of Dave's extended family.
Oh, it's
might be calling in the next segment.
I love her, but my goodness, every time,
every single time. All right, we're going to be back in a second. All right, Susan wrote in, I binge watched the first 4 episodes yesterday of Stu and Dave Do America and made sure to watch this one tonight before bed. I need this laughter in my life right now. I don't know what's funnier, Dave's deadpan sort of delivery or Stu reacting to whatever he just said. Much appreciated, guys. That's all I really have to do on the show is just react to the things that you say.
Fair enough. I know we appreciate you binge watching. That's the best way to do it.
Please do that. Watch it. Make sure that you share it with people that you think might enjoy it. Bobby writes in, wow, this intro hits hard, talking about the sketch that's opened yesterday's show. Comedy to change the world. Keep it up.
We will be doing more sketches. Some will be behind the paywall, obviously, as we've discussed before. You can subscribe, Stu and Dave 45. And then some will be on the show as well. But we're going to be doing more and more sketches, and we have former a member of my team, Angela, showing up today to film us.
Oh, excited about that. It's BlazeTV.com. Stu and Dave 45 is the code. DaveLandau.com to see where he's coming across the country. Check it out. We'll see you tomorrow.
Welcoming.